Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Market Open stream. I decided to live stream today because we have a lot of news coming out today. I wanted to cover a few topics with you today in order for me not to make another video editing all that stuff. So there's a lot of stuff coming out today. I'm going to get straight to the point. I don't waste any time on nonsense. I don't have any courses to sell. There's nothing to smash. Just listen up. So I'm going to share the screen with you because I want to share some insights with you. So just to recap, we're going to talk about chip shortages, Neo. We're going to talk about Tesla updates. The bond market is going crazy. SoFi is essentially trying to revolutionize the way IPOs work and retail investors. There's a lot of interesting stuff coming out. So let's just start with the most interesting one right now. It's kind of piggybacking off yesterday. I'm going to pull it up on the screen so you can check it out. So as you can see right now on the screen, China's dual listed tech giants lost $60 billion in market value over the last 3 days as delisting threats loom. So for those of you who were saying in my comment section that I was fear mongering and just making shit up and just clickbaiting, yes, that is true. The SEC is actually implementing the law. However, I also said in my video, this probably will not pan out. So over the long term, I don't think this thing is actually, having a massive effect over what's going to happen. I do want to show you something really cool. So if you take a look at which companies did lose a lot of their value, you see that Alibaba is in the lead, but also Baidu, JD, NetEase, all of them took a hit. But I don't think there's any long-term effects here. Again, as I specified in my video, it is real. The SEC actually did implement these rules, and I think that there's going to be a lot of noise about it, which will lead to a lot of panic selling. But again, since I don't invest in Chinese companies, I'm probably not going to buy the dip. But if you believe in Alibaba, I think it just creates a buying opportunity. If you willing to invest in Chinese companies, which I don't. By the way, I'll have Patrick Boyle on my channel explaining why another good reason you should not invest in Chinese companies. He's going to come in and blow your mind. He told me something incredible, so I'm going to have him explain that. So for me, it just verifies what I said. The SEC is digging into it. People are selling off, but over the long term, I don't see any massive effects on this. I do want to share with you another completely different story. Hold on, let me pull it up on the screen right now. So this is a story coming out from China as well, but from a completely different company. This is about Neo. So I'm going to pull it up on the screen right now. So here we go. So check it out. Chinese electric car startup Neo shuts factory for 5 days due to global chip shortage. Now, again, we've talked about global chip shortages, but we're talking about one of the leading. By the way, call them electric car startup. I think it's a little bit problematic. I don't know who wrote that on CNBC. It's kind of a big company, but I'm saying that we spoke about chip shortages before, and now we have Tesla that took a little slowdown. Neo is now holding production. So for those of you who are saying, well, there's no inflationary effect here, there's no inflation, everything is fine, just relax. I mean, chip shortages, for me, it's a really interesting indicator of the looming inflation. I think that's kind of a premonition of what's about to happen in the market. Raw material shortages, it's usually how inflation starts because demand oversees the supply. So for me, that's kind of proof that we're headed into inflationary territory. The fact that they have to shut down for 5 days, which is massive. 5 days of production, it's millions of dollars for a company that size. So for me, it's another indicator. Hey, we're headed into inflation. But if you wanted another indicator that we're heading into inflation, I want to show you this thing because this is actually very interesting. Check this out. So this is an article again from CNBC. I can't believe we're doing another CNBC article, but I want you to read this because this is really important. If you know, if you know how the bond market behaves, you probably know what this means. Essentially, this means that we saw a massive spike in the T bonds. Again, not a massive 6 basis points, but we saw a spike. Whenever you see a spike in the treasury bonds, the 10-year ones, it means that again the market is expecting inflation, and again that's going to mean that a lot of the tech stock will be selling off today. I think we're going to see a lot of tech growth. All of these Cathy Wood stocks are about to take a beating today, based on what I'm seeing with the bond market. But on a long-term basis, as far as what it means going forward for us in this market, I think it's another indicator as the curve keeps going up. We're already at 1.67. It means that, again, the market is actually foreseeing a lot of inflationary pressures. I don't think it's going to ease up anytime soon. The Fed is pumping money. People are getting back to work. The rotation is going on. So that's just another proof that you need to start thinking, well, how do I restructure my portfolio a little bit to make it more rotation proof for the next, you probably have like a good 60 days to do it. So you don't have to panic do it, but I'm probably going to do it within the next 2 months. Slowly start adding recovery stocks. I put up a video about which recovery stocks I'll be buying. You can find it on my channel. The other piece of news I want to show you is, I'm going to pull it up on the screen again, actually coming out from SoFi, believe it or not, which is pretty revolutionary. I've never seen a company do that. I was blown away when I saw this today. So according to this article, SoFi, which is pretty cool, SoFi are going to be opening up IPOs to actual retail investors, which is insane to me. Think about it this way. This would be probably the first time in history that we're going to have retail investors participating in IPOs. And it's funny, people like to criticize Chamath, and he took a lot of heat for Clover. And I mean, people call him a marketer, but I mean, that's his business. At least he invested in it. And I think what they're doing here is really, really important. For me, having seen a lot of rich people kind of put a moat around IPOs and not let any retail investors get in, I think it's a really important move in the right direction. Why should we have differences in who can participate in an IPO just because they're rich? If I'm rich and I have access to brokers and Wall Street's underwriters, that means I get to block off the regular people and they can only buy after the price spikes in the regular market. Why? It's so undemocratic. It sounds like something out of a communist dark era. And it's surprising to me that this is the first time we actually saw somebody try and solve that. So shout out to SoFi. They're actually living up to their name, which is social, which is they're actually going to be, the way they're going to do this, by the way, is also very interesting. They're going to be underwriting a lot of these deals, which means they're going to be getting allocations of these IPO stocks, which means that I think if you look in the article, their threshold is going to be so low for letting people participate. I'm going to show this in a second. So yeah, check it out. So I'm going to read this paragraph to you because this is important. They're literally opening up to everybody. So SoFi clients that have at least $3,000 in account value will be able to enter the amount of shares they want as a reservation. The app will alert them when it's time to confirm the order. Essentially, if you have $3,000 in their account, which is pretty much, I mean, most of you or most of us, right? That means you can now participate as a retail investors in IPO through your actual, everyday app, which is incredible to me. I think it's a really, really good piece of news. Shout out to SoFi. They deserve a lot of credit for this. This is really, really interesting. I think they're revolutionary in that sense. I don't want to keep you on too long, 2-3 minutes, and I'm done. One more thing I want to show you is actually this two pieces of information coming out of Tesla. So first of all, we have this article in Electrek. By the way, shout out to Electrek. They're coming up with a lot of interesting articles, a lot of time before mainstream media, to be honest. So shout out to them. They're just confirming that PepsiCo themselves, this is coming out of PepsiCo, not Tesla. So PepsiCo, says that it will be expecting, let me close this, will be expecting 15 Tesla trucks, electric semi-trucks by the end of the year, giving us better insight into Tesla's plan to produce it. Okay, so PepsiCo are saying, this is coming from PepsiCo, right? So we're going to have 15 Tesla semi-trucks coming out this year, by the end of this year, which, if it is true, it means that Tesla will have the first electric mass production truck working in industry. So this is going to happen this year. And again, if it actually happens, we're going to have 15 of those trucks running around. I think it's going to be a massive move for Tesla. One more thing before I let you guys go, literally 30 seconds, just bear with me. I'm going to let you go do your thing. And there's also this thing coming out from Twitter. I want you guys to see this because this is really interesting as well. So this guy on Twitter, I don't know how accurate this information is, but I'm going to pull it up on the screen right now so you can check it out. This guy on Twitter, I'm going to go full screen so you can actually see the whole thing. He's actually saying here that based on his sources, Elon gave a whole talk to the entire company, and he essentially talked about full self-driving subscription that should be available in a month and a half, but that's not the point. Look at this. Elon also said that there's a chance that Tesla could produce or deliver 1 million cars this year, which is really interesting. But also, he said that Giga Shanghai was expanded a lot and rounded off by saying this year will be a great 2022. So essentially, you can actually look at this as a confirmation to the previous piece of news, which we had, by the way, yesterday, about the whole Shanghai expansion, Tesla buying allegedly more land to expand Giga Shanghai. It seems like a confirmation of that. So I know markets are starting up. You're probably eager to go out and do your thing. I don't want to keep you here for an hour. This is not my thing. Just wanted to share the information with you. Thank you for swinging by. I just want to, I don't know who, by the way, people say, who is this Sawyer guy? I don't know the guy. I don't know how credible the information is. It's just a rumor. But you know what they say, buy the rumor, sell the news, right? So in any case, I just wanted to share the information with you. I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you for everybody stopping by, all the regulars in the chat. This is 9:30. I'm going to let you guys go and do your thing. I'm not going to keep you on some stream, right? Hey, says to me, Foodie, what did I just come on? It's just a quick recap of 5 little pieces of information I want you guys to have before today's trading day. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm going to sign out. So you guys do your thing. Later, guys.